Hello, crazy travelers. Today I am going to talk about one of the best destinations in the world, Sigiriya, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and major tourist attraction in Sri Lanka. Sigiriya or Sinhagiri is an ancient rock fortress in the northern Matale district near the town of Tambula in central point Sri Lanka. It is an archaeological and historical site with a colossal column of granite some 180 meter height. It is reputed that, according to the ancient Sri Lankan chronicle the Chulavansa, there had been a great forest here. Then after a storm and landslide, the hill rose up and was selected by King Kashyapa as the location of his new capital. He built his palace atop the rock and decorated the sides with stunning frescoes. At the little plateau halfway up the face of the rock, he built a gateway in the form of an enormous land. The origin of the name of the place is from his building, Sinhagiri, the land rock. The capital and the royal palace were abandoned after the king's death. It was used as a Buddhist monastery until the 14th century. Sigiriya today is a UNESCO List World Heritage Site. It is one of the best preserved examples of ancient urban planning. Now let's see how the history of this story. The area surrounding Sigiriya was likely inhabited from prehistoric time. There is material evidence that various caves and rock shelters in the area were home to Buddhist ascetics and monks from as far back as the 3rd century BC. The earliest indication of man in Sigiriya in the Archaeological rock shelter located to the east of Sigiriya Rock, which indicates the area was populated around 3000 BC in the Mesolithic period. In the 3rd century BC, Buddhist monastery settlements were established on boulder circle is around Sigiriya Rock. Inscription at the legend document the gifting of these shelters to the monastic community from the 3rd century BC to the 1st century AD. These were made in 477 AD. Kashyapa I, the king's son by a non-royal consort, seized their throne from King Kashyapa, allowing a coup assist by Megara. The king's nephew, the army commander, the rightful heir Mughal, fearing for his life, fell to South India. The Chulans claimed King Kashyapa as King Dasasema's son, who murdered his father and usurped the throne. Kashyapa murdered his father by burning him up alive and then usurping the throne which rightfully belonged to his half-brother Mughal, Dasasema's sons by the true queen. Mughal fled to India, vowed vengeance, and raised an army to return to Sri Lanka. Kashyapa built a palace at Sigiriya fortress and pleasure. Mughal defeated Kashyapa in 495 AD, but his forces deserted him and he took his own life by throwing himself on his sword. Mughal returned the capital to Anuradhapura, converting Sigiriya into Buddhist monastery complex, which survived until the 13th or 14th century. After this period, no records are found on Sigiriya until the 16th and 17th century, when it was used briefly as an outpost of the Kingdom of Kenya. Hello. Let's talk about archaeological remains and features in Sigiriya. In 1831, Major Jonathan Probst of the 78th Regiment of Foot of the British Army, while returning on horseback from a trip to Polonnaru, encountered the brushwood-covered summit of the rock of Sigiriya. Sigiriya came to the attention of antiquarians and later archaeologists. Archaeological works at Sigiriya began on the small scale in 1890s. H.C.B. Bell was the first archaeologist to conduct extensive Research on Sigiriya. The Cultural Triangle project launched by the government of Sri Lanka focused its attention on Sigiriya in 1832. Archaeological works began on the entire city for the first time under this project. There was a sculpted lion's head above the legs and 4 planks in the entrance, but the head collapsed a year ago. The Sigiriya site contains the ruins of an upper palace located on the flat top of the rock. A mid-level terrace that includes the lion gate and the mirror wall with its frescoes. The lower palace climbs to the slope below the rock. The moss wall and gardens of the palace extends for a few hundred meters from the base of the rock. The site was both a palace and a fortress. Next, we talk about one of the main things in Sigiriya. There is a frescoes. The painting would have covered most of the western face of the rock, an area 140 long and 40 meter high. There are references in the graffiti to 500 ladies in the painting. However, most have been lost forever. More frescoes, different from those on rock face, can be seen elsewhere, for example on the ceiling of the location called the Cobra Hood Cave. The paint is applied in loose stroke with greater pressure on one side to create the impression of a darker color tone closer to the edge. The lines are painted in such manner that they contribute to the volume of the figures. Other paintings of the Archaeological period also have the same techniques of painting, but without the sketchy line of the Sigiriya style, with the definite artist boundary line. The actual identity of the woman in the painting has not been determined yet. There are various opinions regarding their identification. For some, they are queens of the kings, or for others, they are women involved in religious rituals. This image shares a close resemblance with the painting portrait in the Ajanta caves of India. Okay, Sigiriya have an amazing mirror wall. Let's talk about that. Originally, this wall was so reflecting that the king could see himself as he walked alongside it. Made of brick monastery and covered in highly polished white plaster. The wall is now partially covered with verses scribbled by visitors, some of them dating from as early as the 8th century. Most, however, date from the 9th and 10th century. This is only evidence of portrait found in the Archaeological period. This couplet used a play on words as in the combination of Hasun. Maybe Hasun means in the message, with some. The poet's eagerness to hear from his lady love is compared to the bee's fascination for lotus blossoms, whose larger petal provide it an easy landing pad to drink its nectar and frolic if it wishes. Out of the 1,500 plus forms, most are actors to the ladies on the frescoes. Main prize, their beauty and movement shared their envy. A complimentary female clearly less enamored with the frescoes record different if equally passionate emotion. A dear eye made of the mouth side arouses anger in my mind. In her hand she holds a string of pearls, and her eyes she assumes rivalry with me, the mouth size mean country in Sri Lanka. Let's talk about what is the beautiful and unbelievable thing in the heritage place. That's the gardens. The gardens of Sigiriya are among the oldest landscape gardens in the world. The gardens are divided into 3 distinct but like water garden, cave and border garden, and track garden. First one is water garden. The water gardens are in the central section of the western prison. 3 principal gardens are found here. The first garden consists of a plot surrounded by water. It is connected to the main prison using 4 causeways, with gateways placed at the head of each causeway. The second water garden features two large deep pools, two shallow brooks, and circular limestone displaced fountain. The underground canals operate the fountains and run throughout rainy months. The large islands for summer palace are found on either side of the garden. Two others are northern and south, designed similarly to the first. The third garden is situated on a higher level than the other two. It contains a large octagonal pool with a raised podium on the northern corner. The large brick and stone core of the citadel is on the eastern edge of the water garden are built symmetrically along an east-west axis. The outer moat connects them on the west and the larger artificial lake south of the Sigiriya Rock. All the pools are also joined by an underground network of conduits that feed water from the lake and are connected with the moats. A small water garden is situated to the west of the first water garden. It consists of a few small pools and water courses. Second one is boulder garden. The boulder garden consists of several large boulders linked by winding path. The gardens extend from the northern to the southern slope of the hills at the foot of Sigiriya Rock. Some of these boulders supported a building or a pavilion on them. There are cuttings that have equipped as footing for brick walls and beams. They were employed to be pushed down from the top to attack enemies when they approach. Third one is terrace garden. The terrace garden are constructed out of the natural hill below the base of the Sigiriya Rock. Terrace set up from the boulder garden path to the staircases on the rock. These are formed by the construction of brick walls, and they are arranged in the roughly concentric plan around the rock. The path truly a terrace garden is formed by a limestone staircase. Of this staircase, there is covered walkway on the rock side, which reaches to the highest terrace where the line staircases for 1967 vandalism incidents in there. On 14 October 1967, paint was hurled at the Frescoes in a case of vandalism. The restoration was assessed by Luciano Maranzi, a qualified professional from the International Center for the Study of Preservation and Restoration of Cultural Property in Rome, and it continued until 11 April 1968. It was the most challenging work to be executed by the Chemical Preservation Division of the Department of Archaeology. There has been continued where that the frescoes' original colors are degrading. There has been continued where that the frescoes' original colors are degrading, and a report 2010 state and the report in 2010 state report in 2010 state that the 22 frescoes have been degrading since 1930. Hello. Now let's see how to go climbing Sigiriya Rock. This is your first step. The action of Sigiriya Rock starts from the end of the fountain gardens and extend up to the border garden. Only a few steps up there which are easy to ascend. There are some big walls with rock shelters under them. They were once adorned colorfully. Second step is climb to the terrace garden. Enter the border garden by a series of charming stairways, some between leaning borders, and go to the terraced garden. Little small caves cover the ground. They were decorated with the opulence in the past and had benches for travelers to rest and appreciate the view. On top of almost every border was a gazebo. Third step is climb to the Mirador. The first stage of the challenging climb Sigiriya Rock is through the terrace garden. Two massive brick staircases rise through several terraces to the zigzag staircase. The stunning staircase leads to the Mirador, a resting spot at the end of the zigzag stairs where you can have a view and catch your breath. Next, see what is the fourth step. Fourth step is climb to Sigiriya Frescoes. A metal stairways of slim spiral design from the mirror wallway goes up to the Sigiriya Frescoes 20 meters higher. The frescoes were done over 1,600 years ago and depict King Kashyapa's harem's women in elegant attire and fine jewelry. They are worth your effort to see. Hey, this is fifth step in the climb to Sigiriya. Climb to land staircase. Middle spiral staircase a meter wide from the path of this mirror wall goes up to Sigiriya Frescoes 20 meters above. Paint over 1,600 years ago, the frescoes depict King Kashyapa and woman wearing beautiful garments and finest jewels. They are well worth looking at. Next, we move to sixth step. Climb to Sky Palace. This is the most challenging part of the Climbing Sigiriya Rock and will leave you with challenges and dizziness as you climb up a pipe-like steel gantry on the side facing the rock. To the summit. If you look down, you will see the grooves that have been slid into the rock surface by the ancient builders to provide the footing for the original staircase. Hey, you are the winner! On the summit, the palace. You have now reached the summit. You are at the top of Sigiriya Rock. Look around and marvel at the extent of the shrines of the Sky Palace around you. Try to imagine how ancient workers built this structure. They too must have accidentally gained rock to build a Sky Palace for their king. You know, most of the tourists recommend that Sri Lanka has good peoples, beautiful tourist places, many beautiful destinations, and amazing natural beauty. So come and enjoy the paradise place. There are many travel guides and among them travel agencies that there are many travel guides and among them a travel agency that you can enjoy this beauty through. Also, you can rent a Sri Lankan tuk-tuk on your own and have as much fun as you can in Sri Lanka. If you have come to Sri Lanka, write down the impression you felt about it. Okay, see you again in the beautiful place in the world. Do subscribe and like. Bye bye.